Hey fam! So if you guys don't know, I'm going on to be 2 years old on Watch Mixer later this month, and my mind is blown that I've been streaming for 2 years, like literally. I was thinking about that, and I've decided to make a what I've learned from streaming on Mixer for 2 years video, because I feel like there's some really important topics here that just are not talked about a lot, so I hope you guys are ready for it. As always, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe if you want to. I do have a new video every Friday that come out, so it'd mean the world to me. Also, if you have any more questions about anything I say in this video, always drop them in the comments and I will answer them as they come through, okay? So this video, it's a lot of opinions, obviously, because not everyone is going to have the same, I guess, opinions as me about Mixer or just streaming in general. And that's totally fine. This is just what I have personally learned 2 years being on this platform, especially as a full-time streamer for the past 7 months. So I really think it's time to talk about some stuff, okay? The first tip I want to talk about, guys, is to learn from others, but don't copy. Like, be an original version of yourself. So I've watched a lot of streams, and I've always been in people's streams. I've been like, wow, that's a great idea. Wow, that's a really cool idea. Wow, I love that they do this. However, I've never taken those ideas and then brought them to my stream to kind of redo them in my own version. However, I have learned to like properly talk to my chat. I have learned how to properly advertise my Discord. Like things like that totally take, but try not to take people's like original ideas. For instance, if you've ever been in my chat, I do this thing where like we do like a marshmallow beat drop. And literally the other day someone was in my chat saying, guys, come to my stream and we'll go do the marshmallow beat drop, but a better version. I was like, what? Who? Now, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing another streamer do that at all, but to blatantly say, hey, we're going to take this and go do it in mine, like it's just weird. Don't do that. That's weird. It's not even about an insecure mindset. You just want to make sure that your content that you're creating underneath your name is original, right? Like you want things to be original, your idea, your brand, because that's what is going to, you're going to grow based on what your brand is. So guys, my first tip, first thing I've learned is you can learn from others, but just be your original self. Make a brand that is originally yours, that identifies you as a person. Trust me, the best advice I can probably give in this whole video. Second thing I've learned about Mixer, guys, is don't just mod anybody that comes in your chat. Okay, this is important. I have a lot of reasoning for this one. Now, in my 2 years, guys, I have gone through my stack of mods. Let me tell you, because when I first started streaming, I just thought it was important to have someone in my chat that was, green, that could protect the stream. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you average under 10 viewers, it probably is not worth modding someone in your chat, unless like you physically don't read chat and you're afraid someone's gonna have like a swearing list in your chat. But besides that, it's really not worth it. The exception to this is like for instance, Alex is a mod in my chat. Like if you have a significant other that wants to be a mod, sure, but like don't just go modding random people if your community isn't as developed yet. And the reason I say this, guys, is two things. So one, mods represent your stream, they represent your brand. So like when people come to your chat for the first time, they will see what this person is saying. Now, I think that you should get to know these people first for a very long time before you start just moderating them. You know what I mean? When people come to your chat for like the first time, they're like, hey, mod me. I've actually seen people get modded like that. And I'm like, that is so dangerous because you don't know what they're going to be saying. Like, you don't know how they're going to be acting. Also, seeing almost what we call it a wall of green. What that means is if you are having like a lower concurrent viewership because like you're just starting out or just like you haven't really gotten like that jump yet, a wall of green can be actually really intimidating to a new viewer. It's actually, they're less likely to talk if they see a wall of green. So really think about how many mods you really need for your chat. And who you're modding. Really take this into consideration because it actually is more important than I think most people really consider, not considerate. Third thing, guys, don't upgrade your stream until you really need it. Mixer is so cool because like if you are on Xbox, you can literally just stream with your Xbox. I've talked about this before, but however, I've seen people that have been like, okay, I'm gonna start streaming. I'm gonna go out and buy, $3,000 worth of equipment. I'm gonna buy all these fancy things for my game room. All these things, guys, trust me, making money as a streamer is hard enough. don't blow money into it until you need it. And this is something that I had to learn the hard way. So when I first started streaming, guys, I used my Xbox and my Kinect, and then I reached 2,000 followers, and I was holding a good concurrent viewership. And for some reason, I would see these bigger streamers of, like, you know, fancy lights, fancy PCs, and everything like that. And I was like, I'm gonna go spend a bunch of money on this stuff, even though I really don't need it right now. The problem with this is when I did that, I wasn't even sure if I was going to continue streaming. I wasn't sure if I even wanted to keep doing it as like a partner or what I wanted to do. I was so indecisive. 3, I just got denied partnership, so I wasn't even sure if I was enjoying streaming anymore. But however, I still continue to upgrade like all my stuff and spend a lot of money. And you can make great content without having a high production value. Like, that's one thing you guys need to learn, and I needed to learn that too back then, is that people don't come strictly for the equipment, and if they do, it's really your personality that makes them stay. Does that make sense? So if you don't feel like you just need to go out and like blow money to have like a crazy setup, because trust me, you don't. I've been there. I thought I needed to do the same thing. You don't need to do it. People are there for you, not for the equipment. I promise. I don't even know what number we're on, but the next tip is, guys, Mixer is the platform, not your brand. This is something to really stick in there. I love Mixer, guys, but for the first like 6 months of my stream, I would put the Mixer logo on my like Twitter banner. I put it all over my stream. I actually had a pretty big Mixer logo on my stream, and now that I think about it, it really has nothing to do with my brand. Like, people knew they were on Mixer. Obviously, I'm streaming on Mixer. However, guys, make sure, like, streaming is so fragile. And I think what we've learned lately from, like, Ninja coming to Mixer, Courage going to YouTube, is that you might not always be on that platform. So you don't want to necessarily build your brand based on what platform you're on, because you never know what the future is. Like, it literally can change like that. Like, how many streamers have left Twitch that people never thought? Shroud left Twitch. Like, huh? Like, it can change like that. So my best advice, something that I learned throughout the 2 years, is that don't make the platform your brand. Make your content universal. Make it so, like, if you wanted to go to like YouTube for a day or Twitch for a day or whatever other platform for a day, make it so that that content is the same. Your brand is the same no matter what platform you're on. You know what I mean? Make sure to do that. I'm honestly pretty sure, looking back on it, I didn't even have my logo on my stream. I'm pretty sure I just had the Mixer logo. And I'm like, okay. This is a really important one. The bigger you get, guys, you need to realize that you are the leader of your stream. This is so important. Now, I have a fear of rejection, and that really ties into my anxiety when it comes to streaming. I don't like being rejected or being told that, like, oh, you're not good enough, you're whatever. But I have to remember, and this took me a long time to learn in those 2 years, that you are the leader of your stream, and you're allowed to say no to people, and you're allowed to ban people, you're allowed to time out people, and there's more to this. So I used to have a sub for a long time that was actually really mean to me. He said awful stuff about me. He was just mean, and I didn't ban him because he's a subscriber. And I think about this all the time. Now, I felt like I owed it to him to keep him in my chat because he subscribed to me. Let me tell you guys, never feel like this. I've had mods for like the first year of my streaming career that I've ended up having to ban them because, once, I modded them without knowing them, but 2, they felt like a way about my stream, and I had to remember that it was my stream at the end of the day. It's my mental space, it's my safe place, so don't feel obligated to keep anyone in your chat. If they go against how you're feeling, don't feel obligated. Like, if there's another streamer in your chat, and they're bigger than you or whatever, but they're being, like, lack of better words, like selfish in your chat, they're self-promoting in your chat, don't feel bad to time these people out. Like, you will need to do this, I promise, in your streaming career at least once. And it sucks every time, but make sure you remember at the end of the day that that's your stream, that's your brand, that is your space, that's not anybody else's. So make sure you really are being a leader for it. This kind of piggybacks off of it, guys, but my best advice that I've learned over 2 years, and it's kept me out of a lot of trouble, is don't jump on drama or clout trains for drama. If you guys know me, I really don't talk about drama too much unless it's like really, it's in my circle type of thing. But like my Twitter is really drama free for the most part. I don't post about people. I don't do anything. And honestly, guys, that's helped me so much in the long run. For instance, guys, when a company sees your Twitter, so your Twitter, if you're a streamer, is now a part of your stream. As weird as that sounds, your Instagram, any social you're on is a part of your stream. And we've seen that before on Mixer, right? People get deleted off Mixer because of what they've said on Twitter, or an association of what they've said on another platform. So make sure you don't really get into those drama clout trains. I've had really great luck. I've gotten to work with Xbox. I was the first Mixer female partner to work with Xbox and have a collaboration controller. I've had, Ember collaborations. I've had to work with great businesses before. And I honestly think part of that is because my Twitter and my feeds really are on brand for my stream, which is, being positive, being hopefully a good influence for you guys, being a friend at the end of the day. That's the things that matter to me, and that's what my Twitter should look like to you guys. Like, first glance at my Twitter, I hope you guys are like, oh, she seems like a cool person, she seems nice. But like, if you go on someone's Twitter for the first time and they're just tweeting about how much, so and so streamer sucks, so and so viewer sucks, like, that is when you're like, okay, what is this person's brand besides drama? Don't go into that, don't get into that rut, because that is a terrible rut to get yourself out of, because companies talk. Trust me, companies talk. This next tip, guys, is you have to learn that friends come and go in the streaming world, and it sucks every time, but it just happens, and you gotta get used to it. I've been friends with streamers over the past 2 years. Some of them have become my best friends, and now I barely know them. And it's not because we hate each other, it's because we just, we grew apart, just like everything else in life. So friends come and go, guys, mods come and go, streamers come and go. But just stay true to yourself throughout it all. No, it's probably not about your personality or about you or even negative things about you. It's honestly probably that they start working on their brand. They probably start doing this, this, and this. And it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you guys are both just growing in different ways, probably. Try not to take it to heart. I know it's hard. It was hard for me over these past 2 years. I've had many friends that have left. And it's always been hard, but it's getting more better, because in my head, I'm like, okay, you know what? They're just doing their own thing now. There's nothing wrong with that. So I have 2 more, guys, and these kind of tie into each other. This is important, guys. Grab partnerships that make sense to you, okay? Over the 2 years, I hate to admit this, I made this mistake. It's sad. Don't just grab a partnership or an affiliation or a sponsorship because it's easy for you to get. Now, I have done this. I'm not going to say the company. When I first started streaming, I think I was at like 500 followers. I got a chair deal, a partner, or not even a partnership, an affiliation. And it's important to know the difference between affiliation, partnership, and sponsorship, just saying. But I got an affiliation from a chair company, and I bought a chair with my own money, and I didn't really like it after like 2 months of using it. It hurt my back. It wasn't that nice. For the price point that I paid, my fiance got a chair with the same price point, and it was so much nicer than my chair. And I was like, why am I even affiliated with this company if I don't really like it? So I ended up ending my contract early, and I ended up promising to myself and my community that I would never take a sponsorship, affiliation, or partnership without actually enjoying the product. Now, I've stayed true to that word 2 years later, because if you guys notice, I don't have a keyboard, headset, mouse collaboration yet, because there hasn't been a company that I've like stayed true to. If you guys have watched my tech reviews, which I'll put some up here, I love technology. Like, I love jumping around. I'm using a Final mouse right now. Earlier I was using Logitech G Pro wireless. Like, there's so many different technologies I love, so I have a really hard time sticking to one partnership. But with you, make sure you guys use partnerships that make sense to you. There's a lot of companies out there that will offer you like a 10 to 15% off code just so you can like really do their marketing for them and they can save a ton of money. If you don't like that brand, don't do it. You want to make sure that your name is a name that people can trust and that they can trust your word. And if you stick to that, you're more likely to make sales with the partnerships you do get down the road, because you're not like a flip-flopper. You know what I mean? Now, my last point, and this is a piggyback off that one, is, guys, you will hear the word no, and it sucks, but get ready for it. I love G Fuel, and I've said this story on stream before, and I'll say it now. I got denied G Fuel a bunch of times. G Fuel was my hardest partnership to get, but it was the one I wanted almost the most because of how much I love G Fuel. And it sucked to hear no. And I've heard no of other things, and I've been told, you know, to screw off, that my content wasn't good enough, that my numbers weren't good enough. And it sucks every single time, but don't let that beat yourself up. I got denied partnership on Mixer and I almost quit. And now looking back at it, I'm like, oh my God, if I quit, I would have missed some of the best memories and best moments of my life over these past 2 years. And that would have been insane to me. So no matter what no you hear, just write down, like, you know what, that's okay. These are my goals for the next 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, next year. Write down your goals, focus on them, but don't let the no's take you back. Worst case, when you hear a no, guys, literally just take the day off and come to terms with that no and realize, hey, you know what, maybe it's not meant for right now, but it could be down the road, and that's important. That's really all the tips I have over 2 years, guys. They're really condensed, but those are really the big ones that I've learned and I want to share with you guys. So if you guys have any more questions, put them in the chat below. I'm really excited, guys. I just want to say thank you. My YouTube has been doing great lately because I have been posting every Friday like I promised. And thank you guys for 2 years on Mixer. Like, literally, I've been streaming now for 2 years. My whole life has changed because of it, and that's because of you guys. So thank you. I hope you guys love this video. If you do, make sure to like, share it online if you want. Also, make sure to subscribe, okay? Bye, friends.